I love. So again, how can I go forward? And so in the verse 9, that would be Nahi prapashyami. No, verse 8, yes. Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyad yachokamuchoshnam indriyanam avapya bhuma vasapatnam riddham rajyam suranam apichadhipatyam. So because I do not see that which can, even after acquiring this earth, a prosperous kingdom free from enemies and even sovereignty over the gods, remove my sorrow, blasting the senses. So again, because I do not see that which can remove this sorrow which pervades my senses, even after attaining to kingdom and enjoyment and so forth, I don't see a way forward. And even before that, in verse 7, he says, Karpanya doshopa tasvabhavo bhava prichami tvam dharma samudha chetaha yachreyasyan nistitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prabandham. Teach me, O Arjuna, I who have surrendered to you, because with my nature overpowered by the defect due to unenlightenment, with a mind confused about duty, I ask you, tell me that which is the absolute and everlasting highest goal. I am Shishyasteham, I am your disciple. So please explain to me. So Arjuna has come to the point again where he realizes that he's confused, that his mind is bewildered, and he doesn't know the way forward. So at first he was giving all sorts of arguments and arguments about moral right and everything, but by this point, his own arguments have exhausted him, and he realizes, no, I'm just confused. I don't know what to do. And so he slumps down in the chariot, he drops his bow, and then Sri Krishna speaks to him in the 11th verse, where we're to start today. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashocyanan Vashochaspam Prajnavadamscha Bhashyase Gatasu Nagatasunscha Nanushochanti Panditaha. So you have grieved for those who are not to be grieved for. Ashocyanan Vashochastvam Prajnavadamscha Bhashyase. And yet you speak words of wisdom. You're grieving for those who should not be grieved after, but you speak words of wisdom. Wise people, here pundits, the pundits doesn't mean those who are scholars, intellectuals, those who have read the scriptures, etc. A pundit means those who are genuinely wise, those who have true wisdom, not just intellectual knowledge. So, nanu shochanti panditaha. The wise people don't grieve for whom? For gatasuna gatasunscha, for those who have departed and those who have not yet departed, that is, departed from this life. So true pundits, true wise people, they don't grieve for the living or for the dead. They don't grieve for the living or for the dead. So you're speaking words of wisdom, talking about non-violence, about renunciation, about giving up the desire for kingdom, and rather than killing loved ones and teachers and so forth. You've spoken about how you want to maintain the good, the strength of society by not committing these heinous acts of killing loved ones. But actually you are grieving for those who are not to be grieved after. You're speaking words of wisdom, but you're speaking foolishly. And so again, Arjuna's Vishada, the sadness of Arjuna, the depression of Arjuna, is that which led him to this point where he's ready to hear the words of Sri Krishna, ready to listen to what he has to say, because after all of his arguments again, he finally comes to the point where he realizes, I'm confused, I don't know what is right. And so you please tell me that which I should do, that which is best. So instead of praising him for his understanding, Sri Krishna again says, you have grieved for those who are not to be grieved for, and you speak words that are fit to be uttered, and yet you speak words that are fit to be uttered by the wise. So you speak words of wisdom, and yet you are grieving for those who are not to be grieved for. The wise do not grieve for the departed and for those who are not departed, meaning the wise don't grieve for the living or for the dead. So again, this is the first verse that Shankaracharya comments on. In his commentary on the Gita, he begins his commentary with this verse. He takes all of chapter 1 and the beginning 10 verses of chapter 2 just as introductory, because here Sri Krishna begins his actual teaching. But as I said in a previous class, Swami Vivekananda used to say that verses 2 and 3 of chapter 2 contain the essence of the Gita. That is, because though they don't contain direct philosophy, but they teach the attitude that's behind the whole Gita, an attitude of strength, an attitude of standing up in the face of fear and weakness and holding strong. Again, but Shankaracharya begins with that verse. And then verse 12 says, explaining what he said in verse 11, Natvevaham jatu nasam natvam ne me janadhipaha nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamata param. So natu eva aham jatu asam natvam na ime janadhipaha. It's not